What's happening, YouTube? Thanks for stopping in tonight. If you want, hit that like button. We're just sitting here waiting for my son to get out of the karate practice again. So I figured I'd go live. I'm probably going to do a lot more of these. Just sitting here waiting for my son to get out of karate. So I'll probably do a live a few times a week. Excuse me. Like this, man, has it been hot today, guys. So we're going to wait and see, let some people come in, talk about the one bait challenge, see who all is in here. Let some people join. But it is warm out today, guys. So, yep, just sitting in the truck waiting. Made dinner today. I actually got out of work early today. We got called in the office and they said we had a meeting at noon and they let us leave at 12:30 because all the power for the schools were out. Hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I can't see real well with this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so we got to leave work at 12:30 today. So I came home, made dinner, and my kids ate. I ate. My wife's still at work, so then I had to get my daughter to softball practice. And then I drove, hey, what's up, Stuart? Thanks for coming in. Then I drove my son to karate, so he's in there right now. Gotta love Thailand. What's up, Dave? Thanks for coming in. Northeast Slab Hunter, what's up, brother? It is hot, hot, hot here, brother. It was like 97 here today. We actually had a little bit of a storm, like some thunder and lightning. It's a storm with a little bit of sprinkles of rain, and it got a little cooler. It's like 87 right now, but it's still very hot. Travels and Gardening with DJ, how you doing? Thank you. Joshua, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Appreciate that. As you can see from my thumbnail, the one bait challenge that Small Water Charters and I are doing, I just shipped out the baits today. So this is a new name for this channel as of yesterday. Cool. Good luck with your Travels and Gardening channel, man. I appreciate you coming in and checking me out. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please do so. John, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in, man. I got all the bait shipped out, as you can see with the thumbnail. We actually went to work today. It was hot as a dog. I can't say the rest, but it was hot. And we were working today, but all the power was out in the school district. So we got a text saying, come to the office at noon. So we went into the office and they let us leave today at 12:30, which was nice, with pay. So that was a good thing. $14, nice. Very cool. Yeah, so we got to leave. I don't know if we're going in tomorrow. I keep seeing on the news that it's going to take a few days for power to be restored to the area where the school district is in. So I don't know if I'm going to get an email tonight or if I'm going to get a text saying not to come in, or we just go in and sit there. But we couldn't even get into our own offices in the morning because all of our scan cards wouldn't work because of the power. It was weird because we don't have keys to get in. I don't know why they don't have keys as a backup. So yeah, here this whole week is in the 90s. So, but yeah, they let us leave at 12:30. I got home, I made dinner. My son and daughter ate, and then I took my daughter to softball practice, and then I drove, yeah, and then I drove to, I'm in karate right now with Theo. He's in karate right now. So, like I said, I'll be doing these these vertical lives a little more often when I'm doing stuff like that. So, Indiana Chris, what's up, buddy? What are you cooking, man? He said he's listening and cooking. I made meatloaf today with mashed potatoes and broccoli. So that's what we had. Yeah, 90, it's too hot. It's like muggy. You walk outside, you get wet. It's humid. We'll see what happens this weekend. I'll be going up to the lake. Excuse me, I'll be going up to the lake Friday night later because of I have a wedding to go to on Friday. So my wife and I and the kids are going to drive up later on in the evening, and then I think this weekend I'm going to be putting in my new batteries and my new charger and stuff like that for my boat this weekend, because the weekend after I'm off Friday. So John, if you are wanting to do maybe the off the hook challenge next week, not this weekend coming up, I think the 28th, that weekend. If you want to do a off the hook challenge and fish against me, then we can maybe do that weekend, like Friday morning or Saturday morning or Sunday morning or whatever. But I know you guys don't fish the weekends much, but if you want to do something Friday morning, maybe. We got soaked headed to the ramp today. So it rained. Yeah, we'll see. Pork chops, that sounds good. I haven't had meatloaf in a while, so I made meatloaf. I like meatloaf. So I went and I got like 5 pounds of ground meat, and I just made 3 big meatloaves. I put one with French onion soup in it, one I coated it with mustard, and then the other one I had beefy onion soup in it. So I made 3 different ones, and I cooked them, baked. I fried them to get them brown, and then I baked them for a half an hour, like 375. Pulled them out, let them sit, and that mustard one, it was coated in mustard. Oh, was that good. And then I had mashed potatoes, gravy, had broccoli, so it was really, really good. What's up, Big Slim? Man, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we could talk about that, John. But yeah, Friday I'm off. I'm heading up to the lake Thursday. So this weekend I'm going to be fishing. It's going to be hot leading all the way up through the weekend. And you know how when it's hot like this, these thunderstorms are unpredictable. They just pop out of nowhere. So I don't know how the weather's going to be. Yeah, that'll happen, dude. Northeast, definitely the family life and family and work and all that. You know. Yeah, for sure. All right, John. Have a good one, buddy. But the baits are shipped out. As you guys can see, tournament. Yeah, Pippi, get back to work, boy. I like meatloaf. Yeah, so they should be coming in. What's today? Tuesday? They should be there by Friday. I'm thinking by the weekend. I was trying to get them out as soon as possible, and thank God I got off today early. So I came right home. I put the meatloaf. I made the meatloaf, put it in the oven, and then I started packing up the baits and I shipped them out. I made it to the post office at 3:30. Actually, my post office closes at 4, so they got out. So I'm hoping that you guys get them before the weekend so people could start making the baits. And I did ask in a post that I had out that I wanted you guys to email me when you got the bait so I knew you had them. Can everybody hear me okay? I don't have my mics in or anything like that. I got my phone cover on. So is my audio good, and is my audio okay? I could probably sit up more so you could see that. The only thing about the vertical lives I don't like is all the comments are right over your face. Especially the vertical lives that they have guests on, and there's like one above and one below. The person that's below, you can't even see them. There's all the comments cover their faces up. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was good with the sound and everything, because I don't have my mics in today. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I figured, hey, might as well do it. I like to catch up with you guys and talk to you guys about things and hang out when there's just let you know what's going on with me in my life and everything like that. So you guys, anyone have anything going on coming up here this weekend? Like I said, I'm gonna put my new batteries in. I got the new RUKU charger. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna rip out my batteries, my old batteries. I'm gonna clean all that compartment out, wire tie all the wires back to where they are, because over time the wires get loose and move around. So I'm going to re-wire tie everything real nice, clean it up, put my new batteries in, put new cases to hold them in, strap them down, and then I'll have my new charger, have everything set up in parallel, and then I will charge it Friday or Saturday during the day, and then I'll probably get out, I don't know, Saturday night maybe. I'll probably hang out with Theo during the day. We'll go do some bank fishing. But I got to get out and do some fishing, man. I haven't been out that much. The only time I've been out of my lake, I caught that 4.5 pound. Hey, Alvin. Thanks for coming in. I caught that 4.8 pound smallie. And I haven't caught on any big ones. I actually entered that in the Shane Flint tournament. I think I'm in 8th place right now. Maybe there's probably more people. But I also have the Dad Life, Reese Life Facebook creature bait, swim bait challenge that I'm in as well. So I hopefully this weekend I could catch a fish to enter in that, because I didn't even enter a fish into that one yet. But I haven't been fishing either. So a lot of stuff going on. I was on Big Sexy Outdoors live last night. That was really cool live. They're good people up over there, Big Sexy's Outdoors. So I did a live with them. They interviewed me and stuff like that, just explaining what I do and what I, how I got started and everything like that. So that was pretty cool to go back in time a little bit and just refresh my memory as well and talk about some things. So, hey Doc, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. But yep, all the chatter baits are shipped out to everybody. So 10 baits went out today. Hopefully you guys get into the next one we do, the one bait challenge. I like the one bait challenge, and then also making your own baits out of home products, anything from your home. You can make a bait. So I'm hoping I have time this year to do that one. But every year I like to do something. But I'm hoping that this one bait challenge is a regular thing. The homemade baits, making something from household items, I hope that sticks around too. And then I also have the off the hook challenge. If anybody wants to fish against me on a live stream, I think it'll be really cool. It's free to enter. Like I said, it's if you beat me, you win a prize. There's baits you can win, fishing reels, probably fishing rods at times, things like that. We're gonna have a prize for you if you beat me, and you get bragging rights. And if I beat you, I just get bragging rights. So it's free to enter. So if you guys want to do that, just an opportunity for me to get to fish with you guys, because I can't be everywhere, and fishing with you guys. So I think that's a cool way to actually, hang out with you guys. Plus, it's a little bit of competition too. You get some people voting, cheering for you. Hopefully, they're cheering for me. And there's some smack talking, some good smack talking, friendly smack talking. So we'll see if anybody wants to do that. How's the smallmouth bite going over your way? I was out 2 weeks ago, and the smallmouth were off the beds, and they were in the deeper water. They weren't. They were in the transitions. So I caught my fish in 10 foot of water. It was a little deeper, but they weren't where they normally are. So I have to find them still. Changing this hot weather will drive them down deeper. So I will, this weekend I'll go out and try to find them. I'll go to my normal spots first, see if they're there. Excuse me. See if they're there, and if they're not there, I'll fall back onto the little bit of the ledges and the drop-offs and try to find them in a little deeper water. So I'm starting. I never really used swim baits that much. I'm talking swim baits, like the big swim baits, like the Ben Milliken swim baits, the hangovers and stuff. So I ordered a few of the hangover swim baits, and I'm going to start throwing the bigger swim baits with the line through. So I'm going to introduce that to my channel as well. I never threw that, so that's all new to me. I'm probably going to start out using my crankbait rod, my glass rod, using the swim baits. See how that works out with those. If that doesn't work out, I'm going to have to get a swim bait rod. And Milliken, St. Croix has a really good swim bait rod, but Ben Milliken, also, if you guys follow him on YouTube, he makes some really good swim bait rods as well. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, my water's way above 72, brother. My water was like 78. It's crazy here. What are my lakes? I mean, it's a glacial lake. It's man-made, or not man-made. It's naturally made. It's a glacier lake. And it's like 45 foot deep in the deepest area. But it warms up pretty quick. So there's a lot of weeds, a lot of shallows. So it gets warm really quick. It was 78. 75. There was a couple of them, but I didn't get out much yet though. I haven't been out fishing like I normally do, fishing hard every weekend. There's been something going on. This weekend we rented our place out because we weren't going to be up there for Father's Day, so I rented it out, and then Friday they leave, and then we go up Friday night, and Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I guess are you shipping to the state, Stewart, I guess, for your giveaway? It's hard to ship out of state anymore. It's hard to ship over to you guys, and it's so expensive. It is so expensive. Crazy expensive, actually. But yeah, I did the shipped them out today, 3:30. So hopefully you guys get them, whoever's in it. And when I post this video, I'll tag everybody that's in it. If they didn't see the alert, they could watch it and know that the baits went out. So, but yeah, so the new battery's going in the boat, new charger this weekend. Hopefully I get my swim baits by the weekend, because I'm going to load it up probably with 20-pound test, Sunline, fluorocarbon. Now, I was looking at different things. I may do a braid. I may do like 50-pound braid or 65-pound braid to 30-pound leader. I don't like doing braid to leader. I'm shipping into the U.S. brother. Okay. I don't like braid to leader or leader to leaders. I don't really like doing that if I can help it. I've done it before, but I just think that's a weak spot in the line. I really do. I hate doing the braid with fluorocarbon leader, but I think you almost have to with the swim baits. So I'm going to be either straight fluoro. Hey, Mom. I'm either going to be straight fluorocarbon with the line through, or I'm at least going to try the 65-pound braid with like 30-pound fluoro on it. So, but they're 6-inch baits. I didn't go with the huge ones yet because I want to just see if it's something that I want to do, and I want to see if I can't catch some off of that, like in deeper water. I don't have forward-facing sonar. A lot of people that use these swim baits and stuff like that have that forward-facing sonar, and they're throwing that swim bait right to the fish, and they're seeing what's going on. I won't be doing that. I'll be throwing it in deeper water. I'll probably be doing it on ledges and drop-offs and color lines on the lake. Sometimes on your lake, you'll see like the shallow water is more brown, and then you'll start going out. As you go out, you'll see like the brown turn to like a green, and then further out onto the main lake, you'll see it almost get like gray or blue. So you want to fish those color lines, because fish will ambush bass will ambush prey from those color lines. They'll sit in the darker color line, and they will look up out into the clearer water. So Theo likes his staff. He has it now. He's given his other one back to his sensei. So my dad made my son a bow staff for karate to use for the weapons, and he had one given to him by his sensei, and it was just a stick, basically a broomstick that was red, white, and blue. So my dad actually got a stick, he steamed it, he sanded it, he put wood burned my son's name in it, and put some designs on it, stained it, and sealed it. So Theo really likes that, so he's got that today. It is hot still. So, but yeah, I made meatloaf, Mom, today. I made 3 big ones, I think 3-pound meatloaves. I had like 15 pounds of ground meat. I made 3 meatloaves with it, so I'll be eating meatloaf for the next couple days. But I like meatloaf sandwiches. I like meatloaf. I'll take it to work. But I don't know. I might not be going to work tomorrow. We'll see. That'd be nice, because they're still paying us. When we left today at 12:30, they still paid us till 3:30. So that was nice. And my wife sent me a email or a alert or news alert or something saying that O'Hara Township will not be getting power for a few days. It's going to take a few days. So yeah, it's all about the migration routes. They're already in their spots. If you could find the creek channels where they're moving up and down like the bass highways, you can catch them there anytime, because they're moving in and out of there, because bass won't stay in one spot. Everybody says, oh, they go low. You're going to have shallow bass that live in shallow water. You're going to have the deep bass that live in deep water, but they do go back and forth. It's just like you're driving to the store. Those creek channels and things like that, the ledges and the drop-offs, they'll travel those ledges and drop-offs. They'll suspend. When it gets really hot, they'll go down deeper and suspend in the water. So yeah, it's pretty much, but the break lines, the color lines, you'd be surprised. If you fish the color lines, you'd really be surprised at the bass that ambush other prey out of those color lines in the lake. We actually were down Kentucky at Cave Run, and we were fishing for muskie. And the guy, this was years ago, and we were using rattle traps, big rattle traps, and we were fishing the mud line where it was muddy at, and it went to clear water. We were thrown into the mud and we were bringing it in clear water, and we caught bass, we caught muskie, we caught catfish, all from that color line. It was pretty neat. The one bait challenge, the baits have been shipped out today, Blake. So you got it. It's on your way. It's coming to Ohio, buddy. It's on its way. I shipped it out today at 3:30. Yeah, points are good with a hard rock bottom. So I like the the points that are slow, gradual points that slowly go out. I like them. There's a couple of them in my lake. The smallmouth weren't on them last time I was out. They're usually sitting right on them points, but they were gone. They came in, spawned. That big one that I caught was probably just a floater. It wasn't a fry garter or nothing. But I don't know if you guys know about the fry garters. The largemouthers usually, that's what we did in my tournament. That's where we made a mistake. But we couldn't fish the points and we couldn't fish the deeper water because it was so windy. But we were catching all the males after the spawn. All the fry garters were in there on the beds, around the beds. And it was all the 2-pound, 1-pound males sitting there guarding their fry, because the females will go lay their eggs and leave, and the males stick around. And then when they hatch, the males sort of guard them for a while and then they move off. But all of the males were still in that area. Now there's some big ones that stay in that area, but right after the spawn, and I believe this, and I've seen people say it or they've done research on it, whatever, but a bass that lives in shallow water, males that guard, yeah. So the females that lay their eggs, okay, some of them stay in shallow water, but they still transition out to deeper water. Now, if you have, like, for example, you have a back cove and there's a creek channel coming in and it's shallow water there and they're spawning in there. When they're coming out of that cove to head to the main lake, like the points and stuff, or the deeper channels, they're going to stop at the first hard cover out of there from where they're at to the main lake. So there's brush piles, stumps, anything like that, rock piles. Those fish will stop there first to feed. So if you can catch them on that transition where they're in shallow water and they left and they're on the hard cover right now, you can get some big ones that way. And then they usually they'll stop there and then they'll move out to the deeper holes. But then those shallow bass will wander out there, but they'll come back. And then some of them that live out there will stay out there. So it's just a matter of, like, where they are. Are they shallow water bass or are they, deep water bass? But the shallow water bass will leave the shallow water for a little bit to feed and come back in and then hang out and make that their, that's their home. So yeah, I mean, you're always going to have bass in where there's weeds. You're always going to have bass in shallows. That's just the way it is. Now, people claim that you catch bigger bass in deeper water, and yes, I see a lot of that on TV. My experience is I've caught a lot of big bass in shallow water. So that's why I'm exploring the swim baits, the line through baits and things like that, so I could fish deeper water and see if I can't get on some bigger bass and just extend it a little bit, extend my arsenal basically, to try to learn new technique and try to key on that technique. When something else fails, I can fall into that as well. So I'm going to try to swim baits. I got the hangovers coming. I got some citrus shad crankbaits coming. I want to try them this year too. I just 6 cents. So I've been getting on a 6 cents bandwagon a little bit with some of their baits. But the Ben Milliken, he's one of the best swim bait fishermen out there. And so I bought some of his baits, and I've been watching some videos and I've been researching it and checking it out and seeing what equipment and this, that, and the other. So I'm going to try it out this year. Now my lake may not support, those. It depends on what the lake has. Supposedly these swim baits will definitely call fish from a further direction. So they will attract fish. They'll come further to check out that bait, and you can see follows from bass sometimes. So I want to see if I can't see the biggest bass in the lake type deal. It says that it calls up, the biggest bass in the lake. We'll see how the bass react to the swim baits. Old road beds. Yep. Yep. I used to fish road beds up at Lake Arthur for striper, hybrid striper. We would drift over road beds with them, with Alewife shiners, and we would put them down about 4 foot on a bobber, on a lighted bobber, and would fish at night. And every time it would drift over the road beds, man, boom, it would go down. So that's usually in May around here. So, Chris, you put out some videos about you fishing any lately? Because I have you subscribed, but I don't know if you put any videos out lately. It is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So yeah, so that's the deal right now. So I'm kind of excited to get my new charger on the boat, clean up the back of the boat a little bit, clean it up, get all the wires together. They act like saltwater stripers out here. Yeah. Been lazy, laugh out loud. You haven't done anything on your channel? Okay. Yeah, just wanted to see if you put anything out. It's been lazy. It happens. Yeah, it's a grind for me, man. I'm always putting out. I got a video coming out tomorrow. I put one of my product reviews out yesterday. I didn't premiere it or nothing. It was only like a 3 or 5 minute video. It was on what was it? On a boat products, cleaning products. So I put that out, and then tomorrow I have a how-to video on how to remove oxidation from your gel coat on your boat. So I got that coming out tomorrow. That worked really well for me with the products that I used. I used some 3M products. So check that out tomorrow. That if you have any kind of oxidation or anything on your boat, gel coat or anything like that, and that's like the hazy stuff from like the sun. The top of my boat, my Ranger, the top of it was getting like faded a little bit, and it looked foggy like the gel coat. So I used this product, and I took that oxidation right off with it, and then I used some wax, some insulator wax to protect it, the kind they use on telephone poles with those big insulators, the electrical insulators. I had an electrician swear by that, so I used that to cover that top rail on my boat to protect it. Oh yeah, Chris, thank you. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, Big Sexy, I met him out at the Rendezvous, and they wanted to interview me, so I said sure. And I was scheduled for a while, but yeah, they're good. They're a good group of guys out there, for sure. So I'll probably go home tonight, and I'll probably upload my video, make sure it's all in HD before it gets premiered tomorrow. But I'll be premiering that tomorrow, as I always do, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, on Off Talk Outdoors. Check it out. Share it out, like it, make a comment, all that good stuff. I'll be doing that, and then hopefully I'll cut a video this week. I still have a couple products that I got to get the reviews at. I have a wind scent product. Now it's hunting, so it's like I'm not like in a rush for that, because it seems like these my partners and affiliates, or these people that call me to do product reviews, it's always the wrong time. Like Placino, I've had them, but it was in the off season, and they're a fishing company. Now I'm fishing all the time, and I'm not, they don't call me and say, hey, you want to review something? I actually reached out to them and said, hey, I'm fishing now. If you want to give me your net, I'll do a net review on it. And they haven't got back to me or whatever. So I don't know what's up with Placino, but it always seems like I get it at the wrong time. I'll get fishing stuff during hunting season, hunting stuff during fishing season. And I don't like to review it if I don't use it. You know what I mean? So and you don't want to not review it, because you won't get products again, or you'll look, they'll be like, he don't do reviews. Well, if you give us the products at the right time, and I try to tell that to the companies that reach out to me and say, hey, here's this. Okay, well, I start fishing in May, so from May to August, send your fishing stuff. I'll review it for you. But after August, usually September, I start my hunting content. So if anybody's out there sending me hunting stuff, send it in September, and I'll have it, or August. That way I'll have it throughout this hunting season. I have a Tidewee hunting blind. I have Tidewee apparel. It's waterproof, but I'm just going to wear that for the video. They want me to wear that in the video. I have a New View hunting camera, trail camera I got to do, and I got a Windscent POV camera mount that I really want to interview that. Joe at Windscent, they're a great company over there. I've been with them for a while, a few years. and they're a great company. Whenever something new comes out, he always ships me one to review it. And you've seen my camera arm this year, the solid camera arm that reaches out in front of you, 8 foot, to put a GoPro on it. They sent me that. My son's getting he's getting a phone call from my nephew. But yeah, so hard to work with offshore companies. Yeah, offshore. I don't really do anything offshore, but I just don't like. I wish they would just send it. I'm gonna open this up for a second. I wish they would send it. Sorry, I just had to open up and get some air in here. I would turn the car on, but it goes to my Bluetooth and it screws up the live. I just wish they would send it at the correct time. You know, like Placino has been great to me. Like they send me all kinds of stuff. Rod racks, and I have like 5 different rod rack storage racks, and it's like, okay, well, I can do the storage racks in the off season. I'm okay with that because I store my rods in the off season. So I did a couple videos with the Placino rod rack, but then I was like, you know, hey, May's coming here. You want to start sending me your reels or your rods, but I don't think they make solid rods. They make travel rods. I really wouldn't use travel rods for bass fishing, only if I was going camping and stuff like that. So oh no, they don't know at all. Yeah, they don't know. Like their timing is way off. So, but like I said, I reached out to Placino and I said, hey, I'm fishing in May. You know, you want me to do that net review? Give me the net. I have a mount for my GoPros for my net. I'm gonna call it the off the hook net cam. I have that. I mean, I use Frable right now, but the Placino net seemed really nice. So I was like, hey, I'll try it, check it out, and I'll use it on my videos, you know. But they haven't sent me anything like that yet. So they have reels. They have a couple reels that I would use. Their rods, like I said, are telescopic rods. I would use them for like camping and traveling, but I wouldn't use them for like bass fishing. If they made solid rods, like bass fishing rods or whatever, like 1 piece or even a 2 piece, I would use them. But you know, I'm still a St. Croix guy through and through. So St. Croix, if you're listening, I'd be happy to jump on an affiliate or partner program for sure with you guys, and I am trying to get on with them. So, but yeah, New View's good. They send me all kinds of stuff. Tidewee has been good. I gotta get the Tidewee video out soon too. It's 95 degrees this week. I'm not doing anything really outside. When I get home from work, it's usually I'm doing some stuff inside the house, working. I won't even go in my bait lab because right where my bait lab is, it's like an addition on my house and it doesn't have AC in it. So it's like a little oven in there. So I try to stay out of there, especially if it's 95 degrees out. I'll stay out of my bait lab. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can bass fish with them, I guess. I don't know how sensitive, excuse me. I don't know how sensitive they are, you know. I depend on a lot of feel when I'm bass fishing. A lot of, you know, feeling the bottom, feeling the hit, and nothing compares to a St. Croix rod with sensitivity and stuff. So it's going to be hard for me to do that. But you know, the telescopic rods, I would use them when we go on camping trips. I told them, hey, I'd throw them in the camper and I'll do video when we go camping, like especially down the ocean or something. I'll throw them in the camper. We'll go out, pull them out of the camper, and use them. So. Nah, it's nothing like a Shimano or Daiwa, not at all. But Shimano or Daiwa, I use Shimano's. I do have a Daiwa C8, CX8 or something like that. That's my mid crank rod. I have a Shimano, or I have a Mojo mid carbon crank with a Daiwa CX on it. So that's my first Daiwa. It's okay. I'm a Shimano guy and Abu guy, really. But Abu and Shimano, and you know, they're not gonna really, they don't want a YouTuber with 3,000 subs to represent them. So maybe when I get way bigger, they will, but I'm a Shimano guy. I mean, they're a gear company, so that's why I always stuck with Shimano. Abu Garcia is a really good reel. I have an Abu Garcia Beast X reel for my frog fishing. That's an awesome reel. So yeah, Abu's and Shimano's are my favorite. Do you have a Daiwa RG 1350? Yeah, my my Shimano Stratic is one of my favorite spinning reels for sure. Stratic. But I tell you what though, that Placino I put on that ACC rod. Uncle Danny, what's up? I am a fan of Cabela's. I do buy Cabela's stuff. I actually have a Cabela's rod, but I did break the tip on it and I had to fix the tip. But yeah, Cabela's, I have one down here in West Virginia, about an hour and a half away from me. That's usually that's a trip. I stop there on the way to Ohio. Yeah. I have a Shimano rod. I can't remember what it's called. I got so many dang rods. Most of them now are more or less St. Croix. I do have a couple Ducket rods. I have a Placino rod. No, I have a Piscifun rod because I remember I was dealing with Piscifun for a while with their reels and rods, and then we went away and we just split up and didn't, you know, they never contacted me and I never contacted them back. ACC rods, yeah. I had Piscifun for a while. They're okay. Yeah, everybody uses those ugly sticks. I just think I don't like the sensitivity on an ugly stick. I think they're heavy, and I just don't have nothing for them. Now, I have a Pflueger President reel, Uncle Danny. That's decent. I use them for trout and stuff like that. It's not a bad rod, and I think one of my bigger, I think the reel that's on my Cabela's rod is a Pflueger President as well. It's the big one, though. It's a 2500, and it's nice. I mean, you know, Placino's okay, Piscifun's okay. They're, like I said, they're all the Chinese brands, sort of. They are coming. I think Piscifun is more advanced than Placino right now, I think. But like I said, I had some Piscifun torrent rod reels. I do have a torrent reel right now on one of my Lew's rods, and it's fine. I've used it for a rat rod. I don't think it's good for my frog rod. Like my rat, I call rat rod frog because back in the day, they used to be rats, not frogs. So I would throw rats around with trebles on them, and we used to use those. But that's why I say rat rod instead of frog rod. But yeah, those torrents are nice. The Carbon Fire was nice. I gave a few of those away. I gave a few torrents away as well. I have a couple myself, but yeah, I actually have a really good reel. It is the Pro Qualifier from Cabela's, and it's a really nice reel. I like that reel. Moss Boss, yep. Cadence rods, yeah, Cadence rods. I'm a St. Croix guy. If I could buy any rod, it would be a St. Croix. That's just me. I like St. Croix. I think that their customer service is awesome. I like how they handle their business. I really like their rods. And a St. Croix rod tends to be a little stiffer than most rods out there. But I like their extra fast tip because it's got a nice play. Like my Legend Tournament got an extra fast tip, but it's got enough. It's a medium action, and I can hoist in 6-pounders, 7-pounders with them if I have to. You ever use any Lew's? I have a Lew's right now, but it was a Walmart. Abu Garcia is good, real. I like them. Some of their Vengeance rods and stuff are pretty decent too. They're another stiff rod. But my Lew's laser, I have a Lew's, and that's a Walmart rod. I snapped about 4 or 5 Lew's. I actually snapped one. I was fishing with Trey from Grippin' and Rippin' Fishing in Delaware. We were snakehead fishing. We were doing a video. And I casted a frog, and my rod snapped just on a cast. So now my favorite fisherman, Scott Martin, he's a Lew's fanatic. He loves Lew's, but he's in a higher end Lew's. Like that stuff you get at Walmart and stuff like that. That's all lower end or defective. Like, you know, you go buy a rod at Walmart, that's the lower end stuff. You know what I mean? You can get a nice rod at Walmart for 80 to 100 bucks, but it's still low end from the company. You know what I mean? Like, they're not selling anything like Pro Shop based rods. All their rods, they're low end from the factory. That's just the way it is. Walmart's not going to sell you a $200-300 rod, or the company's not going to give Walmart a $200 or $300 rod to sell. So but they're decent. You know, there's some rods at Walmart. I remember getting a Berkeley lightning rod, and I used that as a frog rod for a while, for years, and then I broke it or something like that. So, but yeah, there's the Walmart, like everything like that is, it's more on the lower end. But the loose lightning rod I bought, and I bought 2 or 3 of them. I snapped 2 of them. I still have one now, and I still use it. I use it for like my top props. It's a stiff rod, and I could get a good hook set. I use braid. I use 30-pound braid on it, and I think I have an Abu Garcia Black Max onto that, which is the Black Max is another lower end reel, but it's okay. And I bought those kind of reels to give to my son for when he's coming up, and I want him to, you know, treat his equipment correctly, take care of his equipment. And I got him the 7 reel from St. Croix, which is a high-end reel. It was 129 bucks, and that thing is a $200-300 reel all day. And he can cast that a mile. So if he's taking care of his equipment, I have no problem with buying him Corrados, you know, stuff like that, Abu Beast X reels. I have no problem with Stratix and all that. He has the loose speed spool right now. It's red. He likes it because it's red, but it's low end. But like I said, I'm starting him off with that stuff, and I'm slowly introducing him the nicer equipment to see how he takes care of it. And if he don't take care of it, I'm not spending $200, $300, $400 on rods and reels for him if he's not going to take care of it. But he seems to be okay with taking care of it. I still put line and stuff on his reel for him. He don't do any of that yet, but we need to get him a frog fish this year. So I'm on a quest. It's a Berkeley Phaser bait casting rod. Okay. Lama Glass made one of the best spinning rod on the market. Can't find them anymore. I have my crankbait rod is Lama Glass from St. Croix. My crankbait rod is a glass rod. Emily has an ugly stick. They're great starters. You can beat them up real good and they won't break. For sure. But yeah, I have a glass St. Croix crankbait rod. I really like it. That's what I'm going to be using my swim baits for. These hangovers, these 6-inch baits, 6 1/4-inch baits, the line throughs. I'm going to use my crankbait rod for that. I'm going to see how it is. And if I don't like it, then I'm going to get a swim bait rod, either from St. Croix or Ben Milliken sells one. It's like 139 bucks. St. Croix are probably 189, somewhere around there for like a Mojo Bass one. But I might buy a Bass X because that's a step up. Mojo Bass is like it's a good rod for the money, but it's one of their lower ends. So I think the Victory is down there as well. But I have a Legend Tournament. I got Avids. I got Premiers. I got a bunch of stuff like that I use. Hey, what's up, Hunting and Stuff? Ducket rods are good too. Yes, for sure. For sure. I like the ducket rods. I have one now because my other eye's broke off of it. John gave me an eye. I never went to it. I'm going to subscribe. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. But, yeah, ducket rods are great. St. Croix rods. The Abu Garcias, the Veritas, the Vengeance, they're decent rods. The Vengeance you can get at Walmart. Like I said, though, those Walmart rods are the company's lower end rods. You know, that's what they give Walmart. So, but every once in a while you can find a good rod in there that don't break. And G. Loomis is a good one. G. Loomis is good. Thank you, Uncle Danny. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's all what you like and what you can afford. I mean, don't go out and overspend on something. If you're fishing all the time, I just found out, and John will probably attest to this. I mean, he's a guide. He needs something that lasts. He don't want stuff breaking all the time. I think he likes the Stratix. I like the Stratix myself. But when I was fishing for muskie, that's when I got into the round reels, the Shimano's, the Calcuttas, what was it? Not the Corrados. Oh, Cardiffs and stuff. Corvallis, Cardiffs, Calcuttas. I have all them round reels, and that's what my glass rod is. My St. Croix glass rod. I have a Corvallis on. No, I have a Calcutta. I don't know. One of them are on it, and it's a round reel, so I'm going to use that. But hey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, Joe. I appreciate you. It is hot as heck here today. But the round reels are nice, and I use all of them for muskie. My Calcuttas, I have a couple Calcuttas for muskie. I have, like I said, the Corvaluses. There's another one too. Corvalus. Calcutta's the higher end one. Corvalus is the lower end. They're like 99 bucks. Not the Corrados. The Corrado's more of the bass. Man, what is a Cardiff? So I have the Corvalus, the Cardiffs, and the Calcuttas for muskie. Now I was using it every single weekend, almost every day of the week. I was using them, and the cheaper stuff. Hey, what's up, Wego? The cheaper stuff was just breaking on me, so it wasn't worth it. So I went out and bought. I spent money, bought good reels, and never had an issue. As long as I take care of them, oil them, grease them, clean the gears out every once in a while, they have lasted for years and years and years. Like, I've never replaced my Calcuttas, Corvaluses, or anything like that. So if you take care of your stuff, I mean, you could even take care of a cheaper reel and it'll last you longer. But just the quality and just the usage of them, everyday usage, you know, catching fish all the time with them, burn and drag, that wears them out. So I'm gonna close it. So definitely, you know, get what you can afford, but get the best that you can afford too. You know what I mean? If you're doing it every day, and if you enjoy it and you like it, and it's all in your head too. You know, you gotta have confidence in your gear for sure. Whitehall Fire Department just went past. So you gotta definitely have confidence in what you're using. But there's some wake baits too that I'm interested in. I have a lot of wake baits for bass, but they have big weight baits for bass. And I'm just curious to see on my lake up here in PA how well these bigger swim baits are gonna work. Hey, what's up, Steve? Thanks for coming in. But the hangovers that I got from Ben Milliken, they're 6 1/4 inches. But they're aligned through, they have the treble on them. I'm gonna see if I can't get on some fish with those in my lake and just do something different, a different technique, something different. I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to be throwing that bait and a muskie's going to come up and just rip it right off because I'm going to be using fluorocarbon. And I already know that I'm going to be reeling this $20 to $25 swim bait in, and a muskie's going to come up and tear it up and rip it off my line, and I'll be out 25 bucks. So, but I ordered a couple of them off of 6 cents like a couple of days ago. So it should be coming in. So we'll see. So, but yeah, just something different. Like I said, I'll you know, you always fish the same way in lakes and your home lakes and stuff. But I just want to try a different technique to see if I can't get on different schools of fish or different style of fishing in different areas of the lake. Sorry for that. We'll let them pass. But yeah, I just want to try something different and see if I can't get on them. So we'll see what happens for sure. The baits went out today, buddy, so you should be receiving them probably this week. I'm hoping everybody gets them before the weekend so they can go out and fish them. So, well, we got the chartreuse in white. That's what the color was, chartreuse with white in it. So once you get your baits, start making a video, and then make sure you're tagging us. Make sure you tag Small Water, and you tag Off the Hook Outdoors whenever you make the video. And I did put it in a post earlier today. I think it was today or last night. When you receive the baits, email me or email John and let us know you got the baits so we know everybody got them. I got everybody's address and I filled all that out and shipped them all out today at 3:30. So any recommendations for lures? Well, for a bait caster, I like the frogfish with a bait caster. Crankbaiting right now with these hot days are nice. Bruiser baits, they're like that's almost like a swim. It's a swim bait, jerk bait, swim bait type deal. The bruiser baits that John uses all the time. Uncle Danny, if you haven't checked out Small Water Charters, go over and check them out. They catch some big bass. You'll really enjoy their videos, and they're sponsored by Bruiser Baits. Great baits themselves. So I like to use that bait kit. Depends what you want to do with the bait caster, what kind of line you have on it, what kind of rod you have it on as well. You know, like there's top water rods, there's finesse rods, there's crankbait rods, there's all kinds of different rods, all kinds of actions, weights. 10-inch worm on a heavy shaky head. That's a good one. 10-inch worm. I like the 10-inch worm on a football jig as well. You can do that. Texas rig it, Carolina rig it. You know, there's all these different things you can do. But the swing heads are really nice now with a beaver style bait on it, or like a creature bait with the swing ahead football jig like head. And all you do is throw that out there, let it sink to the bottom, and just drag it and feel the bottom and just roll it. And the weight that's on there is solid, but the bait swings around on like the swivel, so the bait moves around freely and the jig head's on the bottom, and you pull that through, and fish seem to like that as well. So, any top water lures, Danny? I can't wait to get started on the one bait challenge. Yeah, for sure. I can't wait till you guys start making them. And like, I don't know if you noticed, I'm sweating real bad right now. John's gonna be doing a like a highlight video on all the videos. We're gonna play that in our live, but we're also gonna play your video. Now, if it's more than 5 minutes, we're probably not gonna play it all, but we're gonna have the description in the video, so you can go, because you know, if you want to vote on the videos, you got to watch the video to see it. So all the full-length videos will be in the description. So I like chug bugs. I like prop baits like whopper ploppers, choppos, chug bugs, rebel poppars. What else? I don't even know. Spook baits, you know, walking baits. There's all. I mean, it just depends on. You let the. How will people vote? They vote on they just vote from that video. They go in and watch the videos in the description, and they just vote in our video, on the video. They just put what one they're voting for. So, and we'll explain that once we do our live and stuff as well. But yeah, it just like depends on what the fish want, man. Like, you can go out and say, yeah, I want to throw a top water lure, but if they're not hitting top water, you're not throwing that lure long. You're going to be changing up. There's so many times where I've rigged my rods up before I go fishing, and I have 8 rods rigged up with everything that I want to use, and when I come back in, there ain't a single lure that I had on tied on again. I mean, that's just the way it is. Spinner baits. Booyah, Strike King, they make good spinner baits. Warhead. Who else makes a good spinner bait? Well, Grim Reaper makes a good spinner bait for musky lure, so that's a big bass lure. But Gary Yamamoto makes a heck of a spinner bait too. Rapalas, yeah, Rapalas are good. Rapalas are good for sure. Yeah, you vote in the comments. Any recommendation on spinnerbait lures to use? Rod, I would go with St. Croix, there's technique specific rods that are out there as well. There's moderate action, fast action, extra fast, light, medium heavy. There's all kinds of different rods out there. It just depends on your feel. Moderate is more of a crankbait rod, like glass rod. Moderate, you have a lot of bend in it. That's more of a crankbait. You can use spinner bait because you don't want to rip that bait out of their mouth. You want to be able to set the hook and it stays in place. When you have more of a stiff backbone rod, you tend to rip that out. Top water, I like a stiffer rod for top water because when you're making long casts and a fish hits way out there, you want to be able to crank and set that hook. And especially if the fish is jumping, you want to be able to pull that fish over and get him back down. You don't want them to jump, so you want to keep that rod down and pull that fish, take that fish off balance. When he's jumping, trying to spit that hook out, you want to knock him off balance, so you want to have enough power and drag. A lot of people are going to them those power handles as well. I don't have any power handles. I just think they're weird, but like the tranks and all that, you can pull that bass over and knock him off balance and get that fish in. And if you look when you're watching TV or these bass tournaments, when they catch a big bass, that fish don't go back underwater. They have that head propped up in the air. They're dragging him across the water to get him in. They don't want him diving down and fighting. So once that fish is jumping and they get him with his head out of the water like a sled, and they drag that fish in, they don't want no fight. They just drag him and get him in the net. So you can put a trailer on it as long as you're using the lure. White spinnerbait, gold and silver. Yeah, and if the water is dirty, you go with a Colorado blade. If the water is kind of clear, you go with a willow, because the willow is faster and you don't want that fish to pick up the bait. You want the fish to react to the bait. You don't want them to look at it. You don't want to have them get a good look at it. So when it's dirty, you want that thumping action, darker bait, so they come up and they feel that bait and they hit it. But when it's clear out, you don't want that fish to look at that bait, because they'll see the hooks and everything and they're like, nah, we're not eating it. But if you burn that past them and they can't make it out, they'll just react to the bait and hit the bait. Yep. I use a trailer hook on spinner baits as well, and buzz baits. I have if anybody's ever heard of a top prop, that's like a buzz bait / weedless frog / spinnerbait. That's called a top prop, and I use a trailer on that as well. The bruiser bait is your favorite. I can't remember what it's called. I think your favorite color is Houdini, right? Is that I call it the tweaker twitch. I am not a pro fisherman. Bruiser super swimmer, that's it. The supers. I knew there was something big involved with the super, or big, or whatever, the big jerk. But yeah, no, I'm not a professional fisherman. Exactamundo. But I fish a lot. I think I'm professional. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not nowhere near professional. I got a family. I got married. I don't go out and travel. I do fish tournaments, but they're local tournaments. So yes, for sure. For sure. I like to teach people what I know, and I like to learn from people as well. So I try to show you what works for me, what don't work for me, and I like to learn from other people as well. So that's what it's all about for me. Going out there and showing you what don't work, what works, how it works, why it's not working. If I'm not catching, I'm telling. I fish also. Yeah, well, we didn't get our butts whooped. We got our butts whooped. Out of the 123 boats, we were 53rd, so we were in the middle of the pack. But we got tore up we got all males, and they were less than 1 pound. We averaged less than 1 pound. We had 5 fish for 4, 6, 8. It was horrible. Horrible. So, what was funny is the last time we fished it, we finished 53rd as well. It was funny. The best we did was, I think, 13th. That's cool, Wigo. That's what it's about, learning. I make money watching other people fish. Yes, you do. He's a guide, and he takes people bass fishing. And hopefully, eventually, I'll be doing the same thing. I was thinking about doing it up here. I just got to make all the stars align, and I'll be able to do it up here as well. I'd probably do muskie up here, too, along with bass. Nice. How big was your tournament? How many people were entered? Do you fish freshwater or saltwater? I fish both, mostly freshwater, Uncle Danny, but I do fish some saltwater as well. I don't know nearly as much about saltwater as freshwater though, but I do fish saltwater. Hopefully when I get a place in Florida, I'll be fishing more. Our last video Best 5 was close to 30. Yeah. Yeah, your best 5 was close to 30. There were some big fish for sure. But yeah, like I said, I have the off the hook challenge. 35 boats, 2-man team. Yep. Yeah, we had 123 boats, 2-man team. It was $60 a boat, $10 for lunker. The lunker was 5 pounds, 5.5 was the lunker. He won the tournament and he won the lunker. He had 1 fish at 5.5, and he had 4 fish that equaled 5 something. He had like 10.68, and he won the tournament up there. That lake's not a real big fish lake, but if you get 10 pounds, you're in the money. If you get 9 pounds, you're in the money up there. I know, the Crystal River. That's beautiful. 644, yeah. I know. I got to get down there. I know, John. One of these years, I'm gonna come home in January, and then I'm just gonna come back down there in like March or April or May, whatever the best time is. I just like to come down. The best time of the month, you know, that you recommend, I'll come down and fish for a couple days with you for sure. I know next year I'll be getting another week's vacation from work, so that's something that I usually would use for like hunting or something, or even fishing, or just long weekends. So that would be something, once I get that extra week next year, then I could come down for maybe a couple days, take like 2 days out of that vacation and come down like on a Wednesday, fish Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then leave Sunday or something, you know what I mean? So stay long enough to hit a few blakes. Yes, for sure, for sure. But yeah, nobody has taken the bait yet on the off the hook challenge. I've been asking people to fish against me for the longest time, since this year, and nobody has taken me up on it yet. So I really want to fish with somebody on a live stream. Just fish against me, and it doesn't cost anything to join, but you can win a prize if you beat me. We can go with the biggest fish, most fish, total inches, you know, whatever we want to do. Bass only. You can fish from a bank, an airplane, an inner tube, a kayak, a boat, whatever you want to do. You can use live bait or artificial. I'm using artificial. You can use live bait. And it's just a chance for me to get out and fish with you guys. Yeah, I would like to just check it out. What's up, Kevin? How are you, buddy? I like to check out Crystal River out for sure. Faux show. So, but, well, I guess my son is going to be getting out of here real soon, and I am hot. I want to turn on the AC. And I didn't put it on so you would be able to hear me. But thank you all for coming in tonight, guys. I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come over and check me out. The baits are out, so I wanted to say that. They should be here this week. So when you get them, you can fish against me, Mom, for sure. I know John and Lindy want to do it. I want to get other people involved too. I think that'd be a really cool thing. Going live, fishing with against somebody, just for like a 2-hour increment. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, so if anybody wants to do it, man, feel free. Email me. We'll set up a time. I'll be up there this weekend. I'll be up there next weekend. Be up there the weekend after that. So anytime I post it on there, or if I don't post it, just email me. Say, hey, when do you want to do a off the hook challenge? They want to do the off the hook challenge, and we will schedule a time. It's going to be a 2-hour session. We're not going to go for 4, 5, 6 hours. We're just going to do it for 2 hours. It'll be fun. Hopefully you get some fans in there cheering against you, cheering against me for you, and vice versa. It'll be awesome. Hey, Daniel, what's up? So it'll be an awesome time. We get to, you know, fish with each other, get to talk some smack a little bit, good, clean fun. You get to win a prize and bragging rights, and if I win, I just get bragging rights. No, bluegills don't count. So it's whenever you want, Daniel. All we got to do is schedule it. It's going to be all year. Every time I'm on the water, if anybody wants a chance, yes, it's bass only. I don't fish for bluegill and catfish and carp and all that. I fish for the money fish, the bass, baby. Bass fishing, the money fish, the fish that started it all. Started all the tournaments in fishing was the bass, the money fish. You can fish, you know, if they want to, but it's bass only. artificial, live bait, fish from a bank, fish from an airplane, fish from a helicopter, a kayak, a canoe, an inner tube, a floaty, whatever you want to do, and fish against me for 2 hours and see if you can beat me. We'll have a stipulation. We'll decide at the beginning. We'll go on a little early. So say we decide to do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll get on about 9:30. We'll talk to the people about it. We'll let them know what we're doing. We'll agree on what we're going to do. And then as I get it going throughout the year, we can add stipulations like top water only, prop baits only, spinner baits only, soft plastics only. We can add all that, but we can start out with just most fish, most inches, biggest fish, best 5, best 3, whatever you want to do. We'll do that. We'll decide before it. We'll talk to the people and tell them what we're doing. We'll fish for 2 hours, and that's it. And if you beat me, then you get a prize in bragging rights. And if I beat you, I get bragging rights. And that's it. So I was trying to start something so it's all year. That's what I want to do. And I stole that idea off of Scott Martin because he does a Scott Martin challenge. He invites professionals on his boat and they fish against each other. So I figured that would be a really cool thing to do live streaming because we can't be together. I can't be everywhere. You can't be everywhere. So why not? You have to be able to live stream on StreamYard. You have to get a signal. So if we can do a live stream and fish against each other, I think that'd be very, very fun. Yeah, they probably could beat me. And if they did, I'd just kick them in the water. Just throw them off the boat. They could swim back to the dock. So, but all right, Theo's going to be coming out here, so I want to end this live. I wanted to thank you all for coming in tonight. The baits will be out here this week, so that'll be cool. So start that. Remember, I'm premiering a video tomorrow at 7 p.m. I premiere every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on Off the Hook Outdoors. If you signal is your saving grace. Yeah, I know. I fish against you. Peace out. Yeah, all you got to do is email me. Let's set up a date, man, and we'll do it. Everybody keeps saying they want to fish against me. They want to fish against me, and they never do it. I don't know if they're scared or what. But I would be scared if you were fishing against me. So, just so you guys know. I'm just jagging. I'm just starting, trying to light some fires there. John's fire's already lit. He wants to tear me up. But no, it's all good. It can be good, clean fun. You get to win a prize, and we hang out and fish together. That's basically it, with a little bit of competition involved. So, you guys all have a great night. Like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. Check out my offthehookoutdoors.us website, and we will see ya.